Welcome to our Bedtime Stories channel. Tonight, we will listen to one of the most touching tales ever written, The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen. This is the story of a poor little girl walking alone on a cold winter's night who finds warmth and hope in the glow of her matches. It is a story about dreams, kindness, and the light of love that never fades. Now, get comfortable, close your eyes, and let's begin our journey into this classic tale. It was New Year's Eve, the last night of the year. Snow fell heavily from the sky, covering rooftops, chimneys, and cobblestone streets. The wind howled through the narrow alleys as people hurried past, eager to return to their warm homes. In the middle of the street walked a poor little girl. Her hair was long and fair, but her head was uncovered. She had once worn slippers, but they were gone. One was lost in the snow, and the other was taken by a laughing boy. Now she wandered barefoot, her feet red and blue from the freezing cold. She carried a bundle of matches in her apron. All day long she had tried to sell them, but no one had bought even one. From the windows around her came the smell of roast goose and bread, and the sound of laughter, but no one opened their doors for the little match girl. Shivering and afraid to go home, she crouched in a small corner. Her hands were numb. "If only I could warm myself with just one match," she whispered. Trembling, she struck a match against the wall. At once, a bright flame appeared. In the light, she imagined a great iron stove, polished with brass, blazing warmly. She stretched out her hands to feel the heat, but then the flame sputtered and died. The stove vanished, and the cold returned. She struck a second match. The wall melted away, and she saw a splendid table, covered with a white cloth, silver dishes, and a roasted goose stuffed with apples and prunes. To her amazement, the goose leapt from the dish and waddled toward her with a knife and fork in its back. She reached for it, but the match went out. The feast disappeared. She quickly lit a third match. Now a magnificent Christmas tree appeared, brighter and taller than she had ever seen. Its branches sparkled with thousands of tiny candles, ornaments of gold and toys she had only dreamed of. She thought she heard bells ringing and the laughter of children dancing around it. But then the match burnt out. The tree rose higher, its lights drifting upward until they became stars in the night sky. She watched in awe and then saw a star fall, leaving behind a bright streak of fire. "Someone is dying," she whispered, remembering her grandmother's words. She lit another match, and in the glow appeared her dear grandmother. Radiant and kind, she smiled warmly at the little girl. "Grandmother," cried the child, "please take me with you. Don't vanish like the stove, the goose, and the Christmas tree. Don't leave me alone in the cold." Afraid her vision would fade, the little girl lit the whole bundle of matches at once. The flames blazed brighter than the sun. In the brilliant light, her grandmother lifted her in her arms. Together they rose higher and higher, above the rooftops, above the snow, above the stars, into a place where there was no cold, no hunger, no fear. Only joy, warmth, and everlasting love. When the dawn of the new year came, the little girl was found in the corner between the two houses. Her cheeks were pale, but her lips wore a gentle smile. In her hands lay the burnt-out matches. She only wanted to warm herself, the people said, but they did not know what beautiful visions she had seen, or how she had entered the new year in the arms of love. Thank you for listening to The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen. Though it is a sad tale, it reminds us that love shines brighter than darkness, and that kindness is the greatest warmth of all. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more magical bedtime tales. Now, stay with us, relax, close your eyes, and drift away as we share a few minutes of peaceful music to guide you into sweet dreams.